It's crazy. Hello, happy Friday.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, exactly. This is our breakfast of
Is it
champions. It is morning. Earlier, it wasn't showing up on the green screen during the pre-show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like an invisible
For clear
dream.
reasons. I know.
Shit.
It invisibly goes down, too.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
See, now I wonder if you did that on a TV show with the FCC was involved.
Then
Could they get you for drinking?
No.
Nope.
Because they didn't know.
You're fucking brilliant, my friend. Oops.
You can
Oh,
swear.
no.
There is
Really?
no rules here
You're good.
today.
You're good.
And we're behind
I think
the blue
Abraham
screen
Lincoln
today.
said it best when he said, "You're fucking brilliant,
That's
dude."
what he said.
Yeah, sorry.
That's what he fucking said. All the fuckery that's going to happen today. We have Andrew Freeman on the show joining me
Where?
and Brandon. Where'd he go?
Where is he?
Where's he at?
Hi.
Hi.
here somewhere.
How you doing?
How are you, sir?
I'm
I know
good.
he's under the table. Well, he is banging me under
He's
the
right
table
here.
Now that's why you can't see my right hand
I
right
know,
now.
right?
That's why
Eat
this
your
is
heart
here.
out, Sarah. I know you're on a cruise right now. Sarah Hester Ross.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, she has a
she's
penis too.
cruising.
So.
Oh, well,
I'm
she-
sure she does.
She's
Yeah,
got
she
bigger
has to.
balls than I do.
I know. Girlfriend can do it.
Yeah, I'm actually affectionately known. I'm around town. I'm Sarah's boyfriend. So I've been working here for 5 years.
Well, I think
I
that's
have
what I
albums.
said. That's what I think I said.
I've toured
It's
the
like,
world.
well, that's Sarah's
I've been on
boyfriend.
MTV and all of that shit, and I'm
Exactly.
still Sarah's boyfriend.
Yeah.
So
Well, hey, you gotta. If that.
I'll take it.
I'm just.
Are you okay
I'm
over
gonna
there?
stop speaking.
Listen,
I
as
don't
long
know
as
what-
I can.
Just because you couldn't button your pants today doesn't mean you can't not.
Hey, I
today.
couldn't button mine either,
It's all right.
so-
I didn't have
Cutting
any
off the
clothes today.
circulation.
I'm wearing the same thing I wore the last 3
Yeah.
days. It's fine.
I started to make a point, and I was like, "That's stupid."
fine.
So I was like, "Well, I'll try to make another one," but that was stupider. So
Yeah.
Wow.
I will preface. I actually have new underwear on, but I don't have.
That's fantastic.
And a new shirt.
I'm happy for you.
We're drinking. Okay, well, let me give you we drink on this show clearly,
Indeed.
and today we're having snow cones.
We are, and
melted
that-
snow cones.
like
And
legit, it's a snow cone.
drink
It's
matched
legit.
my outfit today. We were talking
I
about
know
that.
it's
Yeah.
the green.
Yeah.
These are Midori sours. Which I know
Taking
I
us
got
back.
to laugh at.
Taking
Yeah,
us back.
taking us back.
Yep.
We're doing a little retro today. Which actually, when I was walking in with Keely, she said, "Oh my God, that's the first drink I drank." I said, "Same here." In honor of Gay Pride, and the very first time I ever went into a gay bar, I drank Midori sours for a
Hey,
long
here's
time.
to that.
Cheers!
Congratulations.
Cheers!
It's the craziest taste
Do you have
because it
lipstick
does.
on? You have lips marks on your.
Keely gave me
gave me
some some glossy stuff, but
Um,
it does. It takes you back, right?
It takes me right back to when I was 17 and went into my first gay bar in Vegas. It was known as Angles. It's now called Piranha, but it had several names before it was Piranha. Yes, it was called
8.5.
Angles. Straight boys out in the audience.
Then it was 8.5.
Then it was
for a
8.5,
which is
which that's why it was called.
It was called 8.5.
It's called 8.5.
yeah, absolutely it was. And
Why did they call it that?
You know,
Oh,
I can feel it under the table. You're 8.5
Yeah, well,
right now. It's
I can
fine.
see. Well, it doesn't feel like it's 8.5, but it's it's
Is
a
it
handful.
scared or is it okay?
It's still a handful.
And then next door was the Gypsy, and we went there too.
Right.
And I think we got in with our school IDs back then. That didn't even have our birth dates on them.
Is there a reason I got called in for this episode? Are we
Ladies
trying
and
to
gentlemen, Sarah asked us to have you on the show.
Oh wow!
it's an intervention,
it's
if
an
you will.
intervention.
Listen, just
With
because I
Midori.
like a
If you
little
try-
thumb doesn't
if you-
make me, it's
Listen, however many Midoris you have
You know.
is how much more we all.
nobody's business. Well, I mean, it's everybody's business,
everyone's
but you know,
business.
This is the tester. She said, "Give him Midori sours, and if he likes it, then then we know."
I mean, I like fruity drinks. I'm okay with it.
These are really good.
That's
I
as far
haven't
as I'm
had
going
one
with
of
that.
these.
It's actually really
No,
good.
I know. I haven't. You should go make yourself one.
And I meant fruity because
the
it's actually
recipe's right
fruity.
there. It's so good.
It tastes like
it's
fruit.
fruity.
An
So
ounce and a
let's
half of Midori.
take it easy.
Go get an ounce and a half of Midori, 2 ounces of the the sour lime juice, and a little dash of the well, bobo tea doesn't count now.
Just pour it in there.
Just
What-
pour it in there. It'll mix.
What is that? Is that one of those special, fun juice bar
It's ones you have to plug in
hipster
with
drinks?
A plastic.
Did you have to go down?
That's-
It's a hipster drink.
Did you have to
drinking
go
my
down to
milk
like
Baba.
downtown to get that?
thought
Because there's
Baba
only one place, and there's only one place I can get this, so I have to go downtown to get it. Huh?
She's
The
the farm.
It's right next to Binion's.
She went to the farmer's market for a boba tea. Excuse me. Well, we're gonna
Can you
just drink
imagine driving to Binion's every day just for?
for a farmer's market.
farmer's market Midori sours.
Oh
Farmer's
my
market.
God!
Yeah.
Speaking of farmer's market, no, it's not speaking of farmer's market. We usually, I know Scott's trying to get us on track. Whatever.
All right.
We usually do a little weekend review about what we did last week.
Okay.
And, you know,
I'll shut up then.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, shake your head.
Look how sexy he is.
Motherfucker. He's going to get abused today. We had the privilege of going back to Mandalay Bay on Saturday last for the Janet Jackson concert.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have faraway photos from that show. Is that the Janet Jackson? I don't know. I sent you a whole bunch of
let's
photos.
just say yes.
I think that's Janet Jackson.
Give me a beat. Well,
I don't know. Do you have more? I'll tell you. I'm sure that's Janet Jackson. Yeah. That's
There
Janet.
she is.
She little in my photo because I was way back here, but
It looked like she was looking at you, though.
oh, she was
Yeah,
the whole time.
Yeah.
hey, girl.
I got a Susie stare down from her the whole time. You know what? And I was sitting next to my sister who.
Did you just say you got a Susie stare down?
Yeah.
Something like
Yes,
that.
he did.
And don't ask me what I say. I don't know what I say half the time. And she came out and did every song I ever loved growing up.
Cool.
Every single song.
It was just greatest
It
hits,
was-
right?
yeah.
And that's great.
Oh my God. And
When you go to
she
a
didn't
concert,
stop.
you want people to sing like their greatest hits.
Yeah.
Like,
And she started on time and she had no opener. It was her. Just
Oh,
Janet.
really?
She do Black Cat.
She didn't do that.
What?
Really?
No, she didn't
Oh,
do
that's my
that.
favorite.
She didn't do that. No, but
we
yeah,
know-
there was a couple songs. See,
Yeah.
there was a few songs.
That's a great
I looked
song.
at her set list afterwards to make sure I remembered everything.
We used to play that in rock
Yeah.
cover bands.
Well,
It's-
that's
it's a
and she didn't
very
do
good
Scream
song.
either. She didn't do the Michael. But the one thing is, you know, when they have her face on the big screen, how much she looks like Michael. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And she honored him, and then she had a minute of silence for the Route 91 victims. And I mean,
nice.
silent. Everyone
Wow.
was silent in the Mandalay Bay. Not one noise, not one tremble, nothing.
Right.
There you go.
There's a song, yeah. I'll be real strong, but not for long.
better watch his step.
Oh, you're gonna
Die. It's the Midori
What was that?
It happened, Sarah.
screaming cat.
Oh.
Sarah's
He had-
watching in
he had Midori,
Barcelona
and now
right
he's singing
now
Janet
on a cruise
Jackson.
ship.
Listen,
She's-
it's going to get much worse. Wait till the show tunes start. I start singing things from Oliver. And,
Oh, that's
you know.
fine. I heard something earlier at top of the show. Somebody was singing from Evita. Was that you?
Yes,
Yes,
it was
you
me.
were.
I
Yes,
had
you
my
were.
I had costumes and props and
You have
everything.
costume. Are you going to be auditioning for the show?
No.
No, fine.
I can't hear you.
Well,
I
move
want to
on.
help backstage.
We'll move
Oh,
on.
good.
We're trying to get me a little walk on part.
A little walk-on part. Oh, that's so nice. Oh.
Yeah, we're
Parentals?
Oh,
full
yeah.
frontal.
Well, hey, of
Yeah,
course.
full frontal.
I know people.
That's fine. You'll get
I can
it.
make a
You'll
call.
get it. You'll get it. We'll touch on that towards the end of the show, and then we also we'll touch your 8.5 at the end of the show.
That's his, not mine.
You're a
I
little
know.
late, my
I
friend.
know,
You're a
I
little
know,
late.
I know.
Because I'm over here. And I have
alrighty.
2 hands. So.
Are those really green pants? I don't know. Can't tell what came out of there. Wow.
I don't.
He's on it with his sound effects today. We also had a wonderful event at DW Bistro, my restaurant.
Right.
On Saturday as well, honoring the Victims Fund and our friend Anthony Kappenman and Ann Martinez. Obviously, you see our lovely
Bill Fane.
Bill Fane, Travis Clore, and Joey Singer. Oh my God, he was so fantastic. And Vince Verderame back there. Don't remember his name. Great, awesome.
He's
But we raised some good money for that. We had it at DW Bistro on Saturday, and then we also had to get in the Halloween spirit. And it's been a long time, and this is the only photo Yes.
I want to ask you about this.
Zach Baggins Haunted Museum.
Okay.
This is. Do you know who Zach Baggins is?
I have no idea.
I
who
didn't
that
really know
Is
him.
he the
He's the
ghost
ghost
hunter?
adventurer. The ghost. I think it's the
the really
ghost
intense
adventurer.
guy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
He's on.
yeah.
He has a show on the Travel Channel. I think it is. Or yeah.
Right.
And
Yes,
so
yes.
they've been working on this museum, which used to be what used to be the biggest mansion in Las Vegas, long time ago. It's on
Right.
Charleston and just south of my direction.
Now
south
it's a
of LV
Goodwill,
south of
right?
LVB.
It's Goodwill now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. He has the most creepy shit inside this place.
Okay.
I mean, you go
It's
into
not,
one room.
It's not a haunted house per se.
No.
But it's like okay.
No. It's and I was telling Keely at top of show because we just moved into a new house, right? And so the next day, you know, Jay's at the house. I'm in the bathroom, and I took a bath because the new shower in the master bedroom wasn't draining properly, so I
Right.
took a bath. Bath was draining, no problem. I'm getting ready, and all of a sudden, now there's at least a 5 or 6 inch lip on the shower. All of a sudden, I'm getting ready, and I see water on my feet. I'm like, where's this water coming? Turn around, there's water coming out of the shower. And I'm like, oh shit. Then the dryer explodes. Now this is just new house stuff to me. Jay's like, oh my God, we looked at that doll in that one room too long, or it's that box based on the possession.
Annabelle-
It opened.
Annabelle came back
Annabelle
home.
came out, and
Seriously,
our
get
house
out.
is like going to be haunted. I'm like, stop. Stop with the fucking hauntedness. I don't believe
no.
I
that.
can't wait to find your
I know.
address and come
I know,
over
right?
and just start scaring the shit out of you.
Standing on the balcony.
It did make me look.
I'm going to bring him. I'm going
I
to bring
know.
him with me.
This the one that's going to kill me in your LP. There.
Bringing Vinny with me.
It did give
The
me
first
cause
track
to
says
pause.
"Devil in Me." So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
devil in me.
You're going to be saying that.
It did give me. The devil's already in me over here. You two.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nothing I say is important. It doesn't matter anyway.
No, I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
No,
So it's cool.
No, yeah. So no, I mean, so it did me cause to pause because we have a room over the garage with a little window, and I swear to God, like the curtains at one point were open and then closed, and I'm like, okay,
so
fine,
cool.
Okay, fine.
That's rad.
I know. Now I have a little Halloween trepidation.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you get a chance to go to Zach Baggins, it is worth going to. You do get you do. I'll give you an example. It's all year round. Obviously, Halloween is the time to go. But they have this room. He collects everything. He collected like one of Liberace's pianos in there for some, but he also collected
That's cool.
Michael
we know why that's
Jackson's
haunted.
chair that he sat in when he was administered his drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like, okay,
Creepy.
stuff like that.
Wow.
And then he has Dr. Kevorkian's van that he would kill. That he would assisted suicide with people. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I'm supposed to give this away, Mr. Baggins.
So
but
this is a prime example of somebody who has too much money.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
The things they bought.
I just want to pay
my.
my taxes. I don't really. I just want to not go on the
know,
payment
right?
plan.
No,
but
I
he's
know.
buying Kevorkian vans.
He's buying
You know what I mean?
Kevorkian's
He
van
said
in
the
there.
payment plan.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Thanks. I've been
so
on for the past 3 years.
Crazy.
I know what you.
It's
wow,
so
that's
effing
crazy.
Yeah, it's
I
creepy
want to go out
shit.
to Bonnie
Screams. Yeah, I mean,
Is
there's
that
a
good?
number of there's a number of. Excuse me, Midori burps.
They've got,
there's
I
a
saw
number
that
of
they've
things
got
to do.
The
in Halloween.
paintball thing where you sit inside the bus and you drive around and you just shoot zombies.
At Bonnie Springs, they call it Bonnie Screams. It's out there by Spring Mountain Ranch on the Red Rock Loop.
Oh, okay.
So, but the only thing I did hear about that is that and maybe they went on a weeknight and there wasn't as many volunteers or people to work because our friend said they went in the haunted house and someone ran up to scare them and they could hear them run back to go scare the next person.
Well, that's a quota, you know.
It's fine.
Even ghosts have a quota, you know. Damn.
I will say there was one moment in the Baggins place where there is a room of clowns and they do jump out at you in mistiness, and that freaked the shit out of me. So
Yeah.
I don't do well with clowns.
It's just
Never had clowns when I was a kid. Never wanted to.
It's just a nerd in a mask if you think of it that
I know.
way.
But
Like,
but the
no?
new things now that freak you out, like you know the American horror movies and all that shit.
Poltergeist or a new-
Yeah.
It's just it's basically just a guy who lives in his mother's basement and masturbates all day, and then comes out in a clown suit because
We had to say that word.
can't.
on the
Well,
show.
I mean, you know,
I'm just joking.
I mean, well, that's what's been going on at the table the whole
I know,
show.
right?
So,
I know. Rubbing your arm.
well, thank you. Well,
8.5.
That's all I get for what you just got. Jesus. Can we say Jesus?
You can say whatever
Okay.
you want.
I'm just going to keep asking.
but saying it first.
But
and then-
and then asking
Can
for
we say
permission
hermaphrodite?
to say
Can we say
Jesus.
that?
so it's at least on air, and then be like,
Slut.
okay, now can we say it?
Exactly.
Well, you beep it later. That's fine.
We don't have to beep nothing.
No.
So we didn't have anything left for the weekend, right, Scott? There's nothing else in that video. Oh, the yoga. Oh, House Seats member.
Oh, dude, I love that shirt.
Fucking forgot her name already. I know. I wrote it down. If you're watching, you love my shirt, my heart on shirt.
I love it. It's beautiful.
She stopped me before Janet Jackson. She's been a member since 2007. Now we're celebrating our 12 years of doing House Seats on
Yes, sir.
Wednesday. And,
Congratulations.
you know, it was very heartwarming to meet her and to. She was so excited. She was so excited to go to the concert, but she was more excited to meet me and have a margarita at the Border Grill. Yeah. So, but it was nice to be back at Mandalay Bay. So you are not at Mandalay Bay, but you are at Raiding at the Rock Vault.
I am. Yes, sir.
Did you say rating at the Rock?
Oh,
Vault?
look at
Rating
me.
at
I'm flying through the air with the greatest of ease.
With the
Look at that.
this is your own carnival show.
I kind of feel like I look. You remember Dorf, Dorf
Tim
on
Conway.
golf?
Yeah, that's
Like it's like my.
It is. It's perfectly
Where do-
bent backwards. There are no legs.
Yeah.
You have
Or-
no
or
legs.
like,
it's like Tim Conway and Harvey Korman with
Yeah.
That's what he said. Dorf.
It's like
Or
Dorf on stage.
Or
Is what it is.
what's the dude from Forrest Gump? And he's in Gary Sinise.
Oh, Gary Sinise, Captain Dan.
Captain Dan. Yeah.
That wasn't a
Lieutenant
nice
Dan.
one.
Sorry.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan. Yeah. And there I am, in the air again.
This show
I
has,
just basically fly through the show. I'm on a
they
cable.
just catch you mid-air
Yeah,
at every
boom.
single
I
show.
am.
Yeah,
flying.
no, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Top rated over their TripAdvisor, and
Yeah.
you've been voted the best musical out of the RJ too.
Ever. What's
know.
funny because
Isn't that crazy?
Well, I say I think
That
3
best of
years or
poll, you
something.
know.
Yeah.
You guys
yeah.
are at Vinyl now, right?
We're at
They're
Vinyl
inside
now,
Vinyl
yeah.
at the Hard Rock
Yeah.
Hotel.
And that musical thing is kind of funny because there's, my girlfriend is, big musical theater, and she's done some shows. She's done Rent. She's done, a couple different shows.
Yeah.
And every time, the times that it's come out, she's kind of like, you guys are not a musical.
Right.
You're not a musical. I go, I'm perfecttly aware of that. I'm perfectly aware of that. But for some reason, that's just where we got, put, and
Well,
it's kind of nice because I kind of, I'm a rock guy. I've been in the rock
Right.
world for a long time, and I kind of moonlight in
Yeah.
your guys' world, in the musical theater world. And I made a lot of really cool friends here that are
Right.
in that world that my other friends who are in the rock world don't have
that.
So
But
it's
you
kinda
guys
nice.
did have a little bit of a storyline, a through line for a while.
We
there,
did,
right? So
yeah.
that probably put you in that
category because you were competing
where-
over there with his show. In
Yes,
the years
we were.
you got best up.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we were.
The Rock of Ages was in that
competing.
time frame.
I mean, they had a big
in the polls.
movie tie-in and a Broadway tie. I mean,
Ooh, that
Christ.
movie didn't really help us much.
Yes, but Joe Schmo in
Well, no,
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's funny that you say that. The movie did not. I guess it's twofold. It did
Right.
not help us because people were like, ugh.
Oh yeah.
But then the people that loved it, that came and saw it, were
yeah.
like, "Oh my god, it was so much better than the movie."
I will
the
agree.
Movie was not great.
I agree that the stage show,
Yeah.
seeing it live was way better. And I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw you guys 3 times when you were
Yeah.
over there. As
At the
Chris
Venetian.
whatever,
Chiquino?
whatever.
Chabacino?
But you know what?
He was on a few weeks
He
back.
needs to change his name because it's really hard to pronounce. And we did a gig. We did this Van
Like
Halen
Freeman?
thing, like Freeman. Yeah,
So
I mean, you
hard.
don't know what I am, so you're like, what is he? Is he a Jew? Is he black? What is he? I don't know. What is this guy? So and I go yes to everything.
That is the voice of Andrew
My
Freeman.
boyfriend actually thought that we were interviewing Morgan Freeman this morning because I said it.
Is that why all the viewership is up today?
I said it in a sleepy.
That's why.
He was like, "Who's on your show today?" And I was like, "Andrew Freeman." He's like, "Morgan Freeman."
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he came
Shut
in
up.
today.
Let me sleep.
The voice of God is on the
voice-
show this
the-
morning.
the
talking
voice
to
of
me.
God has come in.
I was like, really?
Now I'm really scared.
Yeah, so Chris's name, I had.
Yeah, Chris Kino.
We did this gig and I pronounced it wrong
Yeah.
on stage. I called him Cachino instead of Chakino,
Yep.
I think it is. And he got all mad at me and he was like, "You don't even know my name." I said, "Listen, if your grandparents
watching
weren't
today.
smart enough to change your name at Ellis Island,
Oh.
then I don't know
They signed the
what
book.
am I supposed to do. I just said it like an American. What do you want from me?"
He was on the show.
Yeah, he was on
and,
the show a
And
couple
I
weeks
worked
back.
with him for like almost 5 years, right?
Yeah.
I love Chris.
And
He's awesome.
he's great. But even before the show, I was like, okay, this is embarrassing, but we want to get your name right.
Correct.
No, we
And
don't.
he was like, "How long have you worked with me?" He's such a smart ass,
Right,
He's
right,
like,
right.
"How long have
Totally.
you worked with me, bro?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
don't
"Well,
even know my name."
I just want to get. My name is 3 letters.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
But Chiquino, Kitchino.
It's Ch first.
We've
Because
had some rough names
every
on
time
this,
I go
yeah.
to say it, I go, I need to say it the way I think it's wrong.
It's
Yeah.
backwards. It's backwards from the way you think it is.
It's backwards in life. He's just, his whole trip is just backwards.
I like to think that he just walks
And he's a
around with like
twat.
the fan that like blows his hair.
He's
back.
watching.
Can
I
I
know.
say twat?
You,
Whatever.
well,
Good. All right.
Taint, twat.
he's like, "Can I say twat 3 times?"
While drinking Midori sours.
Yeah.
This is probably the most swearing besides Reva's show.
Well,
probably the
you're
most swearing
welcome.
we've ever had.
Well,
You're welcome.
I had a manager one time who
fucking
said to
rock
me,
star part
I
of
was
it.
doing a interview and I was like, "Yeah, man, it's fucking great. It's fucking this and it's fucking that." And there was a break and he comes over. He says, "Dude, class it up, class it up. Stop swearing, class it up." And then I just was like, "Oh, you're right. And I got even worse.
Yeah,
after that,
sure.
so.
I think we class it up by swearing more here.
Yeah,
for
well.
sure. Because we know we can get away with it.
But you know what? We're gonna class it up
Class
now.
it
Let's
up.
class it up. We're gonna use big
Midori.
words.
Big fucking words.
Let's get the
Chiquino.
thesauruses that I brought out
Chiquino.
here.
How's that
Chiquita
aftertaste
banana.
going for you guys?
Pretty
good.
good.
Really like this.
Pretty good.
Very
It's
good.
a little
I
dry.
think it would be good over like a snow cone.
I'm not sure if this is making my throat dry or the weed we smoked before we came on here,
I don't know.
or it's all the coke. I don't
know. We have a rock star on the show, clearly. So
Don't look like that. Come on, man.
No,
What do you want to work again?
I was doing it. I was doing it with you.
What are you
so I
trying to get a
can't-
job? Come on.
This is my stone face.
we used
What are you
Eiler's
talking
credit
about?
card out there to stack it up before we came on. I'm sorry, Eiler. Sorry, Amanda.
I always say if somebody's going to go that far to find a video of me talking about doing blow to not hire me, then I don't want that job.
Exactly.
And
we
this
have
is
to-
why I know he's Sarah's boyfriend.
Why? Because I won't shut up?
No,
Thanks.
I love it. No.
All right, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It could be my
To talk about your show.
Let's talk about
Let's
me.
talk about your show. Obviously, you have some amazing people that slip into the show every now and then from all these different bands. From he's not my friend. I mean, I've known him a long time, but I don't hang out with him regularly. But Blas Elias. From
Oh, I love
Slaughter.
Blas, yeah.
I worked with him at Blue Man Group years and years ago when I worked for Blue Man back in 2000.
Right.
But it was an amazing thing to see all the talent pool that's in your show.
Yeah, there's a lot of great players that come through there. So
And that is probably
some
the
not
biggest-
so great.
We don't mention those people.
How often do you guys rotate people in and out?
It depends. It depends on who's available. I mean, it's pretty.
You've kind of got your basic crew that's there quite a lot, right?
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
just
yeah.
a couple of people that fill in.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we're all touring guys, so everybody's on the road. And the only people that they really don't want gone for too long are the singers. It's myself and Mark Bowles, Rob McCauley, and Paul Shortino. And we're kind of the main...
Good names.
I love Shortino.
Yeah.
He's a hilarious guy.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's good friends with Perico, and so they come over to see
Mr.
Pop
Dave
Strings
Perico
a
from
lot.
Pop
How
Strings.
you doing, Brandon? You look. How's it going? Are you still rocking the Ages and all that?
Yeah, he'll come up on
Yeah.
stage and he always sings "At Last," I believe.
Oh yeah, he does his own.
So he
version of
always
it,
does something like completely different from what he does in the show, and he'll come up. And it's so funny too. And afterwards, like he'll just be like drinking and stuff. And I was standing at the Uber line one night. We had all gone out for drinks, and I was waiting for my Uber.
What is that? A German restaurant?
And he comes up.
Yeah, give me up some. Let me get an enchilada.
Him and his wife come up behind me. He goes, "Oh, you're an Uber boober." He kept calling me Uber boober in the line. I was like, okay.
Did he have leopard skin boots on though when he walked past
did.
you? Yeah.
Absolutely, he did. Just sitting it there at the carpool. Uber boober.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you happen to have like this is when you see the list of everybody who's generally in it? Do you have a lot of groupies that come in from different bands to stop you after the show?
From different bands or just different people?
No,
who are
different
into the
different groupies that would follow you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's kind of unique about what we do. It's it's kind of developed a brand over the 5 years, almost 5 years we've been doing it.
Yeah.
So you could kind of do whoever in the show,
Right.
and but when Howard's was one of the original guys in, well, not original, but he was in Heart and he wrote a lot of the big hits, and or Dave from REO or any of the guys,
Right.
they have their bands had followings and they still have followings, so they come out and so it is kind of unique because some people who would come to Vegas and wouldn't normally go to a show,
Right. Exactly.
come to this. So we could go and do an interview in upstate New York somewhere on a radio station or whatever, and it would make sense because a lot of times when you do shows in Vegas, it's like 50 miles in any direction. Nobody knows who you are.
Right.
It's just, but when you're, in our little tight little community, everybody knows who you are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird that way because we have a lot of overseas traffic that comes and they'll come because somebody saw Paul in This Is Spinal Tap, or they were a fan of Robbins back in the day, or there's three of us, myself, Jay, and this guy Doug Aldridge, guitar player, who were all in this band called Hurricane, but the drummer was an original member, and then Doug came in, did one record, and then I came in like 20 years after, and sang for the band. So you have a version of that band. So you'll have an obscure Hurricane fan, like this is an obscure 80s band.
Yeah.
And they'll come in and be like, "Oh, wow, you were in this at this time," and they know everything about you, and they have weird pictures of you from 20 years ago.
Before any social media.
And I get
followed it on their own.
Yeah, and I get a lot of, because I wasn't really I got into the classic rock stuff after the alternative rock stuff ran out of work, because I was in the Offspring for a bit, and then so I get the younger Offspring fan. So whenever somebody comes through and they're younger and they're kind of like this, like, oh yeah, there's an Offspring fan. There's somebody in their 30s.
They really stand there and like look at you like,
yeah, yeah. So it's definitely a unique thing, for sure. So and none of us really has the attitude like we kind of blew into town with a like a rock band does, thinking we're going to be here for 3 months, and then we've been 5 years later in a house here. Yeah.
You know how things like the classic rock scene and insurgents or resurgence or whatever here lately in like live music and shows. Do you think there's going to come the time where it is like that alt rock stuff that's going to those are going to be the big shows?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so because
it was such a niche.
Because I'll tell you this, I could tell you every member of like Motley Crue. I could tell you every person that's been in that band. I could tell you, or Van Halen. That's why I got so stoked when I saw your uncle on the show with Sarah, because first times I ever saw Van Halen was on TV at the US Festival.
Yeah.
And your uncle was there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
and you have all this cool memorabilia from that, and you'd say, "Oh, I threw that out." I was like, "Oh my God, you threw that out!"
I know.
And when I did the Van Halen show for you guys over wherever
Brooklyn
it was,
Bowl.
I walked into and I had no idea. I walked in the dressing room and you had all this like memorabilia
We had the
upstairs. I'm
jumpsuits and things.
Where'd the gold record come from? Where'd the jumpsuit? Where's this all coming from? So I don't. They were characters back then. It was like it's like cartoon characters. And like when you see Paul, like Paul's a good example of that because he's a showman and he's always on. He's always on.
Yep.
And that's what it was back then. You know, I was a kid back then watching these guys, and these guys are my idols, you know? So I could tell you every person that was in Paul's band back in the day. And they were, and I could tell you, you know, the first time I saw him, it was on, he did some like USA for Africa sort of thing with some of the guys in my band.
Right.
And it was like, you know, I could tell you everything he did, you know, but nowadays, I mean, I don't know, because I was in my 20s in the 90s, and everything kind of, there's no characters anymore.
Right.
You know, there's Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, you know, Ace Frehley. That's Kiss. You know, it's always going to be Kiss.
Whereas those people just were kind of like internal, and it wasn't so much like
but like, you know,
where they were singing the angst, you know.
There's like Soundgarden. There's like tell me somebody besides Chris Cornell who was in Soundgarden. Give me one name.
Crickets on me.
The girl in the bee suit.
So that's what I'm saying. You can't. You know, there's no characters. You know what I mean? I can tell you most of them. You know, but that's because I'm an idiot, and that's my nerd time. You know what I mean? So,
well, speaking of the Van Halen show, you were in our show when we did the competing albums.
Yes, sir.
That show was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
That's why we started doing that other thing.
That was such an amazing experience for us to all be a part of, especially you.
I had fun.
Yeah, you know, I
had fun.
You definitely had fun on stage.
Wow.
Hot for teacher.
I was sitting up in the dressing room, and there was a little bit of food, and I was eating some food. And Brandon, and I can't remember the girl's name that you were. The redhead.
You ate?
April the party.
Yeah.
April the party.
I was sitting at a table, and they started rehearsing right in front of me, like literally like me to you. They were
Like
rehearsing, and I'm
casually,
eating,
like-
and she's all like ass in his face and all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna go in the other room. You know, it was okay for a minute, but I'm like,
moment.
this is not.
I'm having a
I don't know. I feel like I can't do the food and sex thing, and it was very sexy. I couldn't
can't
do
eat fried
I couldn't
chicken
do
and
it.
watch
You know,
that
and she's
happen.
like just like leg
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like I can
now,
tell what
do I-
religion she was.
Do I stick it here? Do I just hold it here? Like,
Where do I put my vagina? Does
Put
it?
my taint in your face?
Does the light? Are they going to light my vagina? Is that? So,
more
April's
than
watching
likely, he
too,
had
I'm
some
sure.
of that nice fried chicken from the Brooklyn Bowl.
Oh, it was very
so,
good,
like
yeah.
eating a chicken leg, watching us like.
yeah, pretty much in a king, and like a King Henry VIII outfit.
That was a hot number, though. I just sat in the chair.
Oh, my
I let
gosh.
her. I gave her free reign. I was like, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
did.
gonna sit here. I'm just a prop.
Yeah.
Just play.
Yeah,
She had the writing crop,
and it
She
was
had-
wasted. It was wasted on him.
Yeah.
It was wasted.
It's okay.
I should have been
You
sitting
should have
there.
been the man. It's okay.
It was wasted.
You've joined us today on the Midori Sour
I
collection.
did.
It's okay.
Listen,
You're
I'll join
fine.
you on lots of things.
Oh, hey,
lots
oh.
of things.
Oh, good. Speaking of joining us, because I would love to have. It would have been nice to have Sarah just call in from her
yeah.
random port.
Are you going to surprise us?
Oh no!
Is she here?
Is she here? Bring on Sarah.
Damn it.
No,
Because I have a whole bunch of strippers at the house that I need to get rid of
there she is.
quickly.
Scott lost her connection over the ocean. She's on a cruise right now.
That would have
The
been really
connection was
cool had
lost.
she
I
Skyped
know.
in.
Well, the reason I bring up Sarah is because
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of Sarah.
She's wonderful. I know. I agree.
We
Try living with her,
We
though.
would. Well,
We
you
love
know,
you.
I will say this about piano because he just posted this yesterday on Facebook.
I
how,
did, and I'm
Yeah.
very, very serious about this. I don't know if you saw my Facebook thing,
I
but
didn't. Sorry.
I'm so mad at myself that I did not stay. And
With
if my
piano
mom is
lessons.
watching this, she's going to be like,
watching.
I told
Ava's
you
watching.
that I didn't stick with my piano or guitar because all of
lessons.
my family played these instruments.
Sure.
I sang. And I'm admittedly super lazy, right? And if something doesn't come easy to me, I'm not going to practice
get it.
it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I sang. The instruments, it took me a bit, and I took like 13 years of piano,
Yeah.
and like I've got a guitar and all this stuff. But I'm so pissed off because now there's so many times where I'm sitting at home and just things come in my head, and I just wish I could
just wanna
pick
play
up
it.
that my guitar, which is
Right.
sitting in the corner of my room.
Yeah, exactly.
Or play the piano, but I didn't stick to it enough.
See,
Right.
The
God.
best way to do that is just to sing it into your voice recorder and then
right,
hand it
and
to
then hand it to somebody who
Yeah,
can
I
play.
get it.
That's
But
true,
but
but
it's
I
the
just
same thing
want
of
to-
like wanting to sit down and just
Like I love
Play it
all
out.
all the great piano guys, that just
Yeah,
sit in the
yeah.
corner of a room and just sit there and play and
Noodle,
sing.
yeah.
But
I shared that same thing. I played piano when I was younger and I hated it. But when you want to just sit down now and go, oh, I just want to. And,
Yeah.
and my mom cleared out all of our old music because she changed out her living room. So I ended up with all my, I think I had like a Roy Orbison playbook.
Oh, cool.
And a Pretty Woman soundtrack playbook and a Beatles playbook. Very random mixes of stuff. But yeah, I know. And then I played guitar, but for 1 minute because I didn't want calluses on my fingers.
Yeah.
He's delicate.
I had delicate fingers.
Delicate.
Yeah.
We have to give a little plug. We have Avita tryouts because we're doing a Avita one night only concert at the Venetian Theater on December 3rd at 2 o'clock. We'll have more information on tickets. But House Seats Presents Facebook page. You can find out the audition information you need to for Avita.
That's right.
We're going to keep drinking our Midori Sours and talking about gay happiness and 8.5 and everything with Andrew Freeman. Easy
Happy
to
Pride.
say last name.
Happy Pride, Las Vegas.
Happy Friday. Bye, everybody. Woo.